If you were watching closely at today's hearing, you learned who Kevin Warsh really is and why he's trying to get this job. He thinks that the Fed essentially has failed ever since the financial crisis.
Status quo practices and policies are especially harmful when the world is changing this fast. I believe a reform-oriented Fed can make a real difference to the American people. And if confirmed, I will seek to create an environment in which the best people do their best work.
I'm Matt Peterson. I'm an economics reporter for CNBC. I'm here in Washington, D.C. to cover the nomination hearing for Kevin Warsh, who is hoping to be the next chair of the Federal Reserve. Kevin Warsh said very clearly in this meeting that he will kill for guidance.
Unlike many of my colleagues, past and present, I don't believe in forward guidance. I don't believe that I should be previewing for you what a future decision might be.
So ever since the financial crisis, the Fed has been in the business of trying to tell markets where it thinks it's going. This is a policy that's, of mixed success, arguably. Warsh has said, for instance, that he doesn't like the dots where members of the Fed write down what they think interest rates will be. That's probably going away. He doesn't want Fed officials out there constantly talking and telling people what they think. He did say that he would probably still do some press conferences, but he definitely did not commit to doing them on the schedule that we've been in really since the financial crisis.
Congress is tasked with the mission to ensure price stability. Inflation is the Fed's choice.
He said in this hearing today that he wants to completely revisit the way that the central bank thinks about inflation. The Fed, as it's currently constituted, really closely tracks a thing called core PCE. PCE stands for personal consumption expenditures. It's just a way of tracking inflation. And when they say core PCE, they mean they're leaving out things like energy and food. He wants to work with the Bureau of Labor Statistics to just change the kind of underlying measures of the way we talk about inflation in this economy. It's not entirely clear exactly how that would work, but it would be a really big change. Since the financial crisis, the Fed has done a really unusual thing, which is that it has purchased trillions of dollars worth of financial assets. Those are mostly government debt, treasuries, but it includes a little bit of mortgage debt as well. This was supposed to be a kind of temporary plan. Kevin Warsh actually left the Fed in 2011 because he objected to some of these plans. Warsh is very crystal clear about exactly what he thinks it does.
The Fed has an interest rate tool and a balance sheet tool. My view is the interest rate tool gets in the cracks. It's fairer. The balance sheet tool disproportionately helps those with financial assets.
A big focus at today's hearing was on the Juggernaut Fund, which is an opaque financial instrument that Kevin Warsh holds. He has about at least $100 million of holdings in this asset, but that's really almost all we know.
So let me ask, do the Juggernaut Fund or the THSDFS LLC invest in any companies affiliated with President Trump or his family? Companies that have facilitated money laundering, Chinese-controlled companies, or financing vehicles established by Jeffrey Epstein.
Now, it's not very likely that he's doing those things, but Warsh is in kind of a bind here. The Office of Government Ethics, which is supposed to sign off on his forms, has this weird kind of footnote on his forms that says he is out of compliance with these juggernaut funds. This big hole in Kevin Warsh's disclosure is a real problem for him, but it's probably not a big enough problem to completely derail his nomination. We heard enough from Republicans who want to get him on the Fed that he's probably going to be fine despite this.